He remembers the day she was taken, the screech of tires echoing his own silent scream, his little girl ripped away by the very people he thought he could trust. Years have passed, each one a gash on his soul, a constant reminder of the emptiness gnawing at him. He sees her face everywhere, in the sunlight filtering through leaves, in the laughter of children playing in the park. But it's a phantom, a cruel trick of his memory. He clings to the faded photographs, the only tangible proof that she was ever real, that she was his. The pain is a dull ache, a constant companion. He never stopped fighting, never gave up hope. Then, a phone call. She's alive, they tell him, his daughter. His heart, once shattered, starts to mend itself, piece by broken piece. But a chill grips him. Will she even remember him? They whispered lies like lullabies, poisoning her young mind against him. Your father abandoned you, they hissed, their voices dripping with honeyed venom. He never loved you. Young and impressionable, she clung to their words as if they were lifelines. His absence became a monster lurking in the shadows, a constant source of fear and resentment. He became the villain in her own fairy tale, a distorted image painted by their deceit. The memories of his love, of their laughter, faded into a hazy dreamscape, replaced by a chilling void. The grandparents, skilled puppeteers of her innocence, wove a tapestry of falsehoods, each thread tightening their hold on her young heart. The years without her were an eternity, a slow, torturous descent into despair. He built a life around the gaping hole in his heart, the laughter of other children, a painful reminder of what he had lost. He saw her face in every crowd, heard her voice in every gentle breeze, but it was a phantom limb, a cruel reminder of his shattered dreams. And she, trapped in a gilded cage of lies, grew up believing him to be the villain. The grandparents, masters of manipulation, ensured that every attempt he made to reach out was thwarted, every letter intercepted, every phone call unanswered. They painted him as a monster, and she, their masterpiece of deception, believed them. The reunion was a bittersweet symphony of hope and heartbreak. He stood before her, a stranger with familiar eyes, his heart pounding a frantic rhythm against his ribs. He saw himself reflected in her gaze, the same eyes, the same curve of her lips, a faded echo of their shared past. But the warmth he craved, the embrace I longed for, was met with a chilling indifference. The years of venomous whispers had taken root, forming an impenetrable barrier between them. His attempts at conversation were met with monosyllabic responses, her eyes cold and distant. He saw flashes of the little girl he once knew, but they were fleeting, overshadowed by the wall of resentment that separated them. He tried everything to break through the wall that separated them, to bridge the chasm of years and lies. He showered her with gifts, each one a silent plea for forgiveness, a desperate attempt to reclaim the lost years. But they remained untouched, symbols of his failure. He told her stories of their shared past, hoping to spark a flicker of recognition in her eyes. But the memories had been tainted, twisted by years of poisonous whispers. She recoiled from his touch, his love a foreign language she no longer understood. Her heart, once his, was now a fortress, guarded by the ghosts of her manufactured past. The realization hit him with the force of a physical blow. The grandparents hadn't just taken his daughter. They had stolen her childhood, her trust, her very identity. They had poisoned her well of love, replacing it with bitterness and resentment. He was left with the shattered remnants of a family he hardly recognized, the echoes of laughter replaced by a deafening silence. The damage was done, the scars too deep to heal. He was left to pick up the pieces of his broken heart, forever haunted by the ghost of what could have been. His story, a cautionary tale of the devastating power of manipulation and the enduring strength of a father's love.